Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode 50. This is my weekly Fly Lady zone cleaning episode where I share with you what zone we're currently in and what the tasks are that I'm going to be working on this week in the zone. So please just stick around for a few words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the episode. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Okay, so it's time to get into our zone cleaning for the week. If you haven't listened to one of these episodes before, basically what I do is share with you what zone we're in this week. If you're following along with the Fly Lady cleaning plan, I guess, I'm not sure what you actually call it, the Fly Lady cleaning program. It's based around, a big part of it is based around zones. That's like the main thing that I really follow, that I really like from her plan. And each week we focus on a different zone of the house. And that's the only area that you need to keep in your mind for any deep cleaning tasks for the week. So you don't have to worry about other parts of your house. You just focus on that zone for that week. And when that week's over, you move on to the next one. And whatever you didn't get done, you could do the next time it comes around. So that's why I really love it. This week, we are in zone 2, which is the kitchen. Also, just wanted to point out too, if you're not familiar with her method, the zones, you should be trying to put about 15 minutes per day of doing these deep cleaning tasks in that zone. I modified it for myself. I just don't find that I have 15 minutes to dedicate to doing zone cleaning during the week. So I have other things that I get done during the week, like major cleaning tasks, like my bathrooms and doing like mopping and some things like that. And then on the weekend, I dedicate more time, as much time as I can, to the zone cleaning. But I don't stress out over if I can't get it all done, because I know it's kind of more deep cleaning tasks. And if they don't get done this time, they'll get done next time. And if I see something that looks really bad, I'll just do it anyway. So I don't worry too much about it. But anyway, like I said, so this week we're in zone 2, which is the kitchen. My kitchen list is enormous. I use the Fly Lady app, and you can basically keep a list of all your deep cleaning tasks that relate to each zone. So what I do is, as I complete the tasks, I check them off. And then if I don't finish all of the tasks in that zone for the week that were in it, I keep the ones checked that I did do, and I leave the ones that I didn't do unchecked. That way, when that zone comes around, I know what I did most recently and what I haven't done. So I'll make sure I do the things that I didn't get to last time first. And then once I fully completed the list, then I check it all off, and then I will reset the whole thing, and then it'll show me all the tasks again. So just to go over with you the things that I have in my kitchen zone that I will be working on during this zone 2 week or weekend. I put this out on Saturday because I do my zone cleaning on the weekend. I forget what day the zone actually starts. Like, it might have been all during this week. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to check. But either way, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's really just to give you an idea of the things to work on during the week. But I will check just to make sure what day of the week the new zone starts. I'm not sure if it's Sunday or Monday, so I'm not sure if we're at the end of the week or if we're at the beginning. But either way, throughout this weekend, we are still in zone 1, which is kitchen. So there are 2 things that I noticed that I don't have on my list, so I'll say those first, that the Fly Lady has on her list, on her website, for the kitchen detail cleaning. And those 2 things are thoroughly emptying the refrigerator and cleaning it out, and cleaning the microwave inside and out. Now, I don't have those on my kitchen zone cleaning because that's something that I actually do once a week. Every Wednesday morning when I do my half-hour cleaning, I kind of have some other episodes on my cleaning routine, And that's one thing I do every Wednesday morning. I take a half an hour, I empty out the fridge, wipe it all out, and I wipe out my microwave. It might sound like overkill on my fridge to do that every single week, but it just keeps it really nice. And sometimes I'll just kind of like if I'm doing like the door of the fridge, I'll just kind of like push things aside and wipe it and then like push things back. So I'm not spending a whole lot of time fully emptying it. But I have teenagers, and although they're not supposed to, they tend to reach into the fridge and kind of like must actually stand there in the door eating things out of containers, and I don't know, they spill stuff. And so it just, for me, it's just nicer to just fully just wipe it out once a week. So I don't have that on my zone cleaning list. So I did want to point those out in case you wanted to add those to what you were going to work on while we're in zone 2. So the things I do have, clean out my freezer, you know, like really, we have like one of those baskets in the bottom of the freezer that you kind of have to like fully pull out, and then just kind of wiping out the whole inside of the freezer, looking to see what food's in there. Sometimes things kind of make their way to the bottom and you don't realize you have it, or sometimes there might be like multiple bags of the same item. I'll kind of like reconsolidate the food that's in there. Just that kind of, you know, just cleaning out the freezer part. I don't do that when I do my refrigerator cleaning. I don't mess with the freezer at that point. So that would be during my zone cleaning. Straighten the drawers. If you have like a junk drawer that needs to be reorganized, or if you need to get rid of some utensils, things like that in your regular drawers, you know, just to kind of neaten them up. Wipe down the walls, especially, of course, you want to focus like behind the stove and behind the sink where things tend to splash up. Clean under the sink, like where you keep, well, not, I'm assuming where I keep all of my dishwasher detergent, and like regular soap, and like some sponges, and like where I keep all that stuff under the sink. Sometimes it needs to just kind of be emptied out, see if there's any like junk that has accumulated in there, and then just kind of like wipe it out real nice and put everything back. Clean the inside of the dishwasher, like just kind of pull the trays out, I guess, and just kind of wipe out inside the dishwasher really good. I'm sure I think I've also heard people run like vinegar through it or something like that. I haven't done that before, but it probably would be a good idea to do that also. So I'm gonna have to look into and see how to like clean it other than just kind of wiping it out. Clean the drawer under your stove if you have one. Our stove is the kind that has like a storage drawer that pulls out in the bottom. So that's something that could be cleaned out. We happen to have this probably isn't very common, but we happen to have like a vent in the floor in our kitchen, like for the heating and cooling system. And I need to like kind of clean that out real good, because it gets like, you know, from people like are eating and like crumbs might get in there or stuff like that. So I kind of just like get any junk that like went in there and just kind of wipe it up real good. Washing the oven mitts. I'll just like grab whatever oven mitts I've been using, toss them in the wash, and grab a new set. We have a water cooler, so I will be wiping out the drip tray, like where the, you know, like the water kind of accumulates in like that little tray that has like a little, like not vent, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like when you put your drink under the water cooler, and then there's like that little part underneath where like the water drips in, and it can get kind of like yucky in there. So I take it off and like just clean it really good and put it back. Wipe down all the appliances in the kitchen, you know, all of like your countertop, any toaster, coffee maker, anything like that. Just kind of wipe those down really good. We do that kind of when we wipe down the kitchen after doing the dishes anyway, but just kind of maybe spend some special attention and get any spots that you might have missed. I have washed inside the window, and like we'll wash the window and do like my inside, like the window, like where the windowsill kind of thing is. We have a window in our kitchen, so that's something that's on my list. Clean the fan, like dust the ceiling fan really good. Let's see, wipe down the cabinets. Just kind of, I get like on a step stool, and I just take like a nice wet rag and I just kind of wipe down all the face of the cabinets. Clean light diffusing bowls. That's actually how she worded it. Like it came in the app that way. I wouldn't have necessarily worded it that way, but we have like a light that hangs over the kitchen table, and it's kind of like like a bowl shape, I guess. So like sometimes like dust or like a bug will fly in there or something like that. So I just take like a wet rag and I just kind of reach in there and like kind of dust it out and clean it out really good. Don't forget, I will not be doing all of these things this weekend. The kitchen has a really long list of deep cleaning tasks, so these get done over the course of time. I usually will kind of look and see, if something's sticking out that looks like, oh God, that's really bad, I'll just do that, even if I did it last time and I know it really needs to be done bad over something that hasn't been done even last time. So, you can see if something really needs to be done right away. But anyway, clean the pet dishes. My dogs have like stainless steel pet bowls, and I don't know, maybe I should be cleaning them more often than I do, but I just kind of clean them like really, really good when I hit that zone, and I'll just kind of let them soak and just clean them up really nice. Clean the stovetop. I always do clean the stovetop, of course, regularly when I clean, but I get like these like spots that are like really hard to get off in like the normal course of just wiping the stove down. Like say if like, I don't know, you're making pasta and something boils over and then it like kind of almost like burns on with the burner. We have a gas stove and I don't know, whatever. The stovetop is kind of hard to clean. So even though I wipe it down every day, it just still gets kind of like stuck on spots. And as much as I scrub it, I still have trouble, even though I have it as part of my zone cleaning. And if I see it's gotten kind of bad, I'll do it anyway, but I never get it as nice as I want it. I heard that Barkeeper's Friend is supposed to be really good, so I'm thinking about ordering that and trying that out to see if that helps me. But anyway, so yeah, cleaning the stovetop. Cleaning the oven, that one, it's debatable if I'm going to do it when it's on my list, depending on what the weather's like, if anyone's going to be coming over soon, because it kind of makes this weird smell, but it is something nice to do because it's so easy. I mean, you basically just turn it on. Assuming you have a self-cleaning oven, you basically just turn it on, let it do its thing, and then, just wipe it out real good, and it looks great. I probably won't do that this summer, just because it's hot out and everything, and it makes your house hot, but once the summer's over, I'll definitely clean the oven again. Plus, I'm not going to be using the oven that much because I don't use it that much in the summer. Clean the top of the fridge, just, getting up there and wiping it down and make sure it doesn't get like dusty and everything. I have cleaned the front of the oven door, just kind of spraying it down, making it look nice. Wipe down the dishwasher, just like the front of it. Wipe down the garbage can, just kind of like spraying. I just kind of spray down the whole garbage can really good and just kind of wipe it really good just for anything that might have spilled on it or whatever. And then I have wiped down wine glasses, which sounds kind of weird, but we have like a little wine glass holder that's like kind of under the cabinet, and it holds like 6 wine glasses. They kind of hang like how glasses would kind of hang in a bar. It's like that. And sometimes when we don't use maybe the ones in the back, the ones in the front maybe always just get taken, and the ones in the back might just kind of sit there. So periodically I'll just kind of check them and wipe them down really nice, or just take them off and just rinse them underwater and just kind of make sure there's no dust accumulating on them, because sometimes you can forget and then they kind of get like that like weird dusty film that kind of gets on stuff that's in the kitchen. And that's pretty much it. That's my zone 2 list. That's it, right? No, that's a big list. Hopefully that'll give you some ideas of things you can work on when you're in your kitchen zone. I definitely recommend creating either a written list or using an app for the things that you specifically want to do. Or, you could listen to this episode. I do plan on doing one every week if you just want to kind of listen and think like, okay, those are the things I'm going to pick, like a handful of the things that I've talked about. That's actually the purpose of this episode, so that if you don't feel like tracking it in an app or you don't feel like having a handwritten list, you can just listen to the episode each week, and I will remind you what things there are to do in that zone, and you can just pick a few and get to work. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope this gave you some ideas of some deep cleaning things you can get done. And I would really love to hear your feedback. If you've liked these episodes, if you would like to hear them in a different way.